Now, I'm on my way to track down a creature many of us know from children's books, but very few of us have ever seen. They're famous for being asleep most of the time, they hibernate during the winter, and they're very, very shy. In fact, they don't like publicity at all. I've been told that there might be some living in here. Wonder if they're awake. These mammals once thrived in woodland right across the country, and in Victorian times they were so common they were even kept as pets. But now they can only be found in a handful of locations in the wild, which is really sad, as they are one of the most endearing animals. I'm talking about the Hazel dormouse, a creature so endangered it needs all the help it can get. So I'm here in the heart of Larky Valley Wood in Kent, where conservationists are giving dormice a second chance to thrive once again in the wild. It's not every day I look for a man in a wood, but I'm told if any man can help me track down a dormouse, it's Ken West from the Kent Mammal Group.
Oh, Ken, good to see you. I'm very well.
Now, as happy as I am to see you, I really want to see these dormice,
right.
So lead on.
Keep your fingers crossed.
I will. Within Larky Valley Wood, 50 Hazel dormouse nest boxes have been set up to encourage the dormice to make a home and breed. Ken's monthly job is to check each box for signs of dormouse activity. His results help conservationists paint a picture of their numbers throughout the UK. The sheer elusiveness of this creature has made it difficult to find out why they are so endangered.
Here's the first box, Cheryl.
Excellent. So this is a Hazel dormouse box.
That's
what are you doing
absolutely
now?
right. We put a bung in there so that if there are any small creatures in, they can't get out.
Very brightly coloured bung, I must say.
Well, the idea is that you only have one bung with you, because you mustn't leave it in the box, because if you did so and there was a dormouse there, it couldn't chew its way out.
OK, so I'll get the bag ready.
Yep. Oh. And we'll move the lid slowly, see if there's any nest in there or any activity.
And?
Nothing. One snail.
And a woodlouse.
And a couple of earwigs.
Never mind, one down, only 49 to go.
True. I don't think we need to worry too much.
Oh.
Because there's nothing in there.
Another empty one.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. The nest boxes are dotted around 100 acres of dense woodland. It's tiring work, and all we seemed to find were...
Only slugs.
Slugs. Empty.
We've got a wonderful nest in here, but there aren't any dormice.
Oh, it is. It's a beautiful nest. Come on, then. Oh, I was beginning to think I was never going to see one. Well, we've found empty nest boxes, we've found boxes with nests in, but no dormice. Do you think we might be lucky this time?
There was a nest with young in 10 days ago, so there's a strong possibility they're still in there, because they'd only be about 2 weeks old now.
OK. Hang on. OK. Here we go. Oh, there they are. Did you see them? Did you see them? Oh, look, look, look. Oh, look. Oh, look, look, look. There's loads of them. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, my word, look at them. Oh, he's climbing up, he's climbing up.
Keep the sides of the bag very straight.
Very straight,
and then
okay.
They shouldn't be able to get a purchase.
It looks like there's 5 young.
Yes, I think so. And probably the female's still in the box.
Oh, there's one big one there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, excellent. Look at these babies.
You know, they are an endangered species, and so you're seeing something that most people have never seen before.
Oh, fantastic.
And in fact, the last 2 years in Kent haven't been very good for dormice, so we've had very few young. What I'm going to do now is catch each one of these dormice one at a time, sex it, and then weigh it. And then we'll put them all back into the box and put the box back in the tree.
And you keep all this information?
This is all passed on at the end of the year, in October, to English Nature. So this has been going on for about 7 years, I think, that we've been doing this.
So you're going for one of the babies. Oh, look. He's a cutie.
They're incredibly difficult to sex at that size. That's actually a female.
Hello. Hello, cute.
Let me just put it back in the bag in case it escapes. You have to do all the work inside the bag.
And you're going to measure, you're going to weigh it now?
I'm going to weigh it. So with the bag, that is weighing 15 grams. What we have to do is to put that dormouse back in its box. Seems a little bit reluctant, but that's what's happening.
Oh, bless. I'm extremely privileged to witness this amazing sight. But more importantly, these checks help monitor the fragile population of the Hazel dormouse. Last year, 13,000 nest boxes were checked in the UK by specially trained people like Ken. And an encouraging 3,100 dormice were discovered nesting in them. Let's hope their numbers continue to rise. So that's it, a mum and 6 babies, and we've trudged around this wood for what seems like hours, but it was a success, and a thrilling success. Does it still give you a thrill after all this time?
Yes, it really does. I always enjoy it.
Ken is just one of many people striving to save these lovable creatures. I was invited back to Wildwood, where they're also helping to increase Hazel dormouse numbers by breeding them in captivity and releasing them in the wild. Aptly named Hazel Ryan has played her part in breeding over 50 dormice. These breeding cages, or love nests, house 1 female and 1 male dormouse, and the rest is left to nature. Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. So how do you go about helping them to breed?
Well, after our dormice come out of hibernation, we pair them up. Now, there is actually a stud book for dormice.
No.
Yes, there is. So each one has a pedigree, and we know who their parents were. And on that basis, we decide who to pair with who, to make sure that we don't have animals which become inbred. Then we put them together in one of these breeding cages. We give them a nest box each, and we basically let them get on with it.
And do they?
Usually they do, yes. Sometimes they're not keen on each other and it takes a while, but usually we're successful. You see how he's got this lovely long bushy tail, and they use that for balance when they're climbing in the trees. Now, dormice are actually designed for climbing on little thin branches up in the trees, and they have these special pads on their feet. I don't know if you can see there.
Oh,
you see, and if you touch that, it actually feels sticky.
It's sticking to my finger.
And that means they can grip onto really thin branches and get to all the fruits and flowers at the end of them.
So what are we going to do next?
Right, well, we're actually going to treat him for fleas, because I've noticed a few fleas around now. It's warm weather.
He's too tiny to have fleas. Fleas are bigger than him, aren't they?
Yeah, well, dormice have very large fleas compared with other small mammals.
Do they?
They do. Okay, we just need to put a little spot of liquid on the back of his neck. So I'm just blowing the fur so that there's a little bit of bare skin, so that the liquid's absorbed. And that should cure his flea problem.
Oh, look at him, look. With the dormouse free of fleas, Hazel hopes he'll become the perfect father. And I wanted to find out how we can all help this endangered creature.
Well, you can actually become a nature detective and actually go out looking for signs of dormice.
Oh, right, how's that?
Well, dormice open hazelnuts in a very special way.
Hence they're called the Hazel dormouse.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you go and look in a woodland where there's hazel, you might actually be able to find evidence of them.
But hazelnuts, I mean, there are squirrels where I live, and they just... How can you tell whether it's a dormouse or...
Let me show you these nuts.
Detective.
OK, this one is opened by a squirrel. Can you see that it's actually been split cleanly into 2 pieces? Yeah, they just break them.
That's what it's like at home.
The squirrels have got very large teeth.
Uh-huh.
This one has been opened by a bank vole. Now, they make little chisel marks all around the edge of the hole that they make with their teeth, whereas a dormouse opens the nut very, very neatly by making a very round circular hole, which has got smooth edges to it.
Ah, it's completely different, isn't it?
It is. And then you can send your nuts into your local mammal group, or perhaps your local wildlife trust, or even your local biological records centre.
So they know then, if it is a dormouse that's done that, they know that there are dormice in that area.
That's right.
I left Wildwood for the final part of my journey, my mission to seek out one of nature's most